Hall on the campus of Onondaga Community College in Syracuse, New York. ESF TV proudly presents college basketball. Today, HBIAC action as the SUNY-ESF Mighty Oaks host the Panthers of Albany Pharmacy. Hello, friends. Welcome to today's production of ESF TV on college basketball alongside Audra Rosendahl. I'm Trey Redfield, and we welcome you here at OCC in Syracuse, New York. Now, today, it's simple. It's senior day, the final game of the 2019-2020 season for the Mighty Oaks, and they're in a little bit of a crunch, sitting fourth in the HBIAC standings, sitting at 3-2, and they play the Panthers of Albany Pharmacy today. We're 5-1, tied second in the HBIAC, owning that tiebreaker to 5 towns, thanks to them sweeping them in the season. So, Audra, let's get right into the standings. Berkeley, 13-8 with a 5-0 record in the HBIAC after coming in to Syracuse and taking down ESF. Albany Pharmacy here at second with an 8-12 overall record and a 5-1 league record. And 5 towns sitting at third at 8-10. And then there's SUNY-ESF, who's 7-8, has an opportunity to get back to 500 today. So what are we looking for in these conference standings today?
Well, both teams here are trying to get a win. Obviously, that's what they came to do. ESF a little less traveling time, where Albany is coming in off of a bus, a little bit rusty, but they've been doing good. They're coming off of a few games here, and they're ready to beat ESF and get ahead in the standings, try to climb near Berkeley and get going to win this HIVAC conference.
As the tournament slowly gets along, it's simple for ESF, win and you're in. Let's focus on the key players. Audra, who do you got for Albany?
The key player today for Albany is going to be Nate Beltran. He is coming in and he's going to help run that offense, get rebounds for this team, and really help lead the offense in what's going to be happening for Albany today.
And for ESF, who do you got as your key player?
ESF, Cole Paradis is going to be their main player. Last game we saw against Berkeley, they were not getting enough rebounds, and that's something Coach said they needed to do right off the bat. And so Cole Paradis is going to be their main rebounder, and even though he is not starting today, he is going to be a big part for this team.
And so now let's get into the keys to the game. What do you got for Albany?
Keys for the game for both teams is going to be very similar. As we come into tip-off here, we're going to see that they're both trying to win offensively and defensively and work on rebounding the ball to get those easy points. We'll
get into the ESF keys to the game later, but it's senior day here at OCC, and we are underway at Allen Hall at Onondaga Community College. And right from the start, Albany gets it going with the 2-0 score. Nice play there by their big man, Evan Giorgio, the senior center. Once again, everything starts within Henry Flommer. Point guard trying to get something going here for the Mighty Oaks. A senior-oriented lineup here for ESF. Getting it with Nemec. Nice put in there. Now 2-2. 19 minutes here left in the first.
Last time we had seniors on the court was when we played in the Dome last year for the Barkeeter Cup against Paul Smiths. So ESF has that feeling of they are coming here to win today on their senior night.
Right. And with this, after this, they have 2 away games, and that closes out the regular season. As this is huge. It's like the NCAA. It's the same thing. You got to win your games, and you're in. Now from 3, gets it to go. 30. What a play there for 3 from Albany Pharmacy. Albany going with the full court press once again. Henry Flommer back with it. For 3 for ESF, no good off the mark. That was Harrison Cox, the senior, looking for that shot and gets it no good.
James Squire trying to rebound down there over underneath the basket. Has to be careful of swatting. Don't want to have fouls this early on into the game.
The Panthers getting something going with Adamisi going up and over. No good on that one. Good effort there by the Vancouver native. ESF pushing it down. Cox back over to their point guard, Flommer for 3. No good, just misses it there. But the rebound picked up by the center right there, Evan Giorgio. Panthers pushing up court a little bit by the baseline. Finds his guy. Misi fakes it. And back over to John Amber. Amber trying to drive down low. Down to the baseline. Finds his guy. Adamisi for 3. Gonna be a little short there, but picked up on the rebound by Zachary Dormer, the ESF Student Athlete of the Month for the month of February 2020. Top of the key. Over to his man for three. No good on that one. Well off the mark for James Squire, his first shot of the day. For three for Pharmacy. Yes, that's his second one of the game. Nick Berry, the junior guard, getting it to go. It's now 8-2 Albany Pharmacy right away. They are moving it, and they're going to their guy right there. Over to Squire. And to stop the key with Nemec, it's going to be off the mark. And 5 Panthers down there for the rebound as Albany gets something going. Hanamisi trying to fake the drive. They're going to reset. Amber giving over to Hanamisi. Hanamisi is tried for three again. Yes! Holy cow, they are hot beyond the arc.
What a way to come in. 11 already to 2. Albany Pharmacy is up.
Talking about that offensive efficiency as it's not really going for ESF as a little miscommunication there. ESF's going to get the ball back. Three and a half minutes in, Audra. Albany is technically on a run here. Set 11-2 run for the Panthers. ESF trying to get something going, trying to get over. It's going to be a jump ball between Squire and Nick Berry. Possession arrow is going to stick with the Mighty Oaks.
Wondering how long ESF coach is going to keep this lineup in, because it's definitely not what he's normally working with. And I wonder if that has something to do with the lack of points here early on in this game.
It's got to be. It's well, tonight is senior night, so it's going to be a little bit of a different look to start it off for the Mighty Oaks. Flommer taking it at the top once again, as usual, the point guard. Dormer getting over to Nemec. Back to Plummer. He's going to drive. Tries to find Harrison Cox down low. Is it going to be Panther ball? Looks no. No, it's going to be ESF ball here as the subs come in. Brings in Paradise, Logan Emile, and along with Reed Patchett. So now the usual 5 is in. Do we see a little bit of a change here for the Mighty Oaks?
I don't think the Mighty Oaks has gone this long into a game without getting a foul or giving a foul. A little bit of a change-up for this team. Up, and there's the first.
And there's the first foul. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Patchett's got to be aggressive there down low. There's nothing going on for the Mighty Oaks. As the foul is actually going to go with the Panthers here on this one. That's their first team foul, first foul of the game here for the ESF. Over to Paradise. He likes to shoot beyond the arc, as we saw last game. Paradise again. Down the baseline, trying to push down low. Has Emile for three. Yes, he got it. 11-5 now. ESF might be getting something going here, Audra.
Hopefully, they'll be able to get back in the game soon.
And ESF going with the little familiar Berkeley approach here with the full-court press, as it's going to be 10-second baseline or 10-second backcourt violation, and the Mighty Oaks will take over.
Great pressure by the Mighty Oaks. This lineup is bringing a little more to the table than the seniors. It's always good on senior night to have those seniors be able to start the game, but this is exactly what ESF needed right here to start this game up again.
The usual 5 in for ESF as they get over to Emile. Down low to Patchett, pushing down at the baseline, loses control. Reset with Paradise, back over to Henry Flommer. Flommer on the drive, puts it up. No good on that one, but the Panthers come up with the rebound. John Ambert's going to take it up there, point guard for the Panthers. Both the Ferry with a little bit of a number change, some misconfusion with the starting lineup there. But hey, look at that one, the big man getting into it. Evan Giorgio, the senior center, gets that one to go. Now 9-point game in the favor of the Panthers. Now Patchett at the baseline, no good there. Gets it over to Paradise, stays within bounds as the shot clock's going to reset. Paradise, triple team. Palmer fakes it, tries to go on the drive, 1-on-5.
ESF having to have their eye on the shot clock here.
Shot clock's getting a little bit low, but we get a double dribble on that one. That's going to be a turnover for ESF, unfortunately. But they're not getting the spark is not there yet for the Mighty Oaks.
Awesome defense by Albany, able to not allow one shot up in that 30-second clock.
Good defense there by the Panthers. ESF goes back to that full court press that they learned from Berkeley, it seemed like. Over to Hanisi. Hanisi gets trying to find some penetration. They're going to reset with Ambert. Ambert for three. Yes, once again. They are hot. Holy cow.
Their
This
shots
is-
are definitely connecting today.
This is nowhere near me shooting pregame when I'm just messing around. The Panthers got it going tonight, something they did not see the Mighty Oaks against Berkeley. A little bit of miscommunication there, and Plummer gets trapped there. And trying to draw out a foul was Nick Berry, but apparently airballs the layup. A little bit of intensity from Zachary Dormer as he reaches in on that one, but no foul called.
I think the only thing that can really be talked about here is going back to the keys for both teams. Both
Right.
are working on offense. Both are working on defense and rebounding. And right now, Albany is measuring up to all those tasks where ESF is falling short.
Now, speaking of keys, we got a TV timeout here, so let's quickly get into these keys to the game. Started, got back to ESF. It's not looking too good for the Mighty Oaks right now. What do they need to do in these next 13 minutes?
These next few minutes need to be a rebounding game. As long as ESF can get those rebounds, whether it's offensive or defensively, they're going to be positive points, and they're going to show on the scoreboard later on.
Be interesting to see how the defense lines up here for the Mighty Oaks, as they've come out with a lot of fire, but it's just not going their way as the Panthers keep hitting shots and hitting shots and hitting shots.
Having a little meeting between the refs.
It's a new set of refs for this game too.
Yes, which is it's definitely a nice thing because the past few refs, it's been a little odd called games the last few games.
It has been a little shaky, we got to say, and hey, it's just the way it is. It's been the same ones for the past couple of productions that we've had on here on ESF TV. So let's see the refs do here.
We're going to have a full shot clock for Albany Pharmacy ball.
As they should. It was a coach's timeout. They got to get something going here. The crowds are going to start getting a little upset.
Albany Pharmacy 17, SUNY-ESF 5. This is a low-scoring game for SUNY-ESF. They're not used to being a good 7 minutes in almost and not having anything up there really to show for coming back off of the loss of Berkeley. You'd think they'd want to come out hot for a win, and the Albany Pharmacy is not a far reach for them by any means of a win.
Not at all, but hey, when you're shooting, you're not going to stop whatsoever. And that's what the Panthers are doing right here. Trying to start something up with a play called regular from Albany's coach, Brett Barnard. They're going to bring it in with Anmisi. Mid-range, no good. And fought for the rebound. Logan Emile getting the rebound. And that's going to be a foul called on Evan Giorgio, the senior center, who is going to earn Albany's second team foul.
We've talked about this a lot. ESF has height on their team. Albany Pharmacy, not so much. And as one of their bigs, he needs to be careful with foul trouble and making sure that he's playing smart moves underneath the basket.
It's one of the huge things Coach B talked about pregame as ESF's trying to get something going here with Plummer. Over to Patchett. Patchett's going to find Paradise and back over to Emile. Emile finds his guy for three. He's going to be no good. Just a little short there.
Again, no rebounders under the basket for ESF, even for that offensive rebound.
Coach D'Antonio is going to be a little upset, it might seem like, once again. As for three, once again. Holy cow. That's Nick Berry's third three-pointer, 9 points in 7 minutes. He's outscoring the Mighty Oaks right now as Patchett tries to get from the baseline. He gets it to go.
That must be a shot of the night. That's the second time he's been behind the backboard there.
In warm-ups, he's always over there, every game. Panthers got to get something going, got to get over half court as they do.
You could hear the crowd shouting for ESF to pressure a little bit on their press. They seem a little bit tired here tonight.
Panthers trying to bring it in. Good play by Patchett. It's going to be a blocking foul, though. Patchett's going to earn his first foul of the night. And going to the line will be the key player, Nate Beltran, who's someone hasn't really shown out yet. So that mindset like Logan Emile, it may take him a little bit for him to get going.
Yeah, he definitely has to get warmed up here. Hope these foul shots will be a little bit of a spark.
It's that first one to go as in comes Matt Mcfarland, their typical six-man for the Mighty Oaks. And along with that will be in-a brother and out-a brother. His Evans brother, Phil, their sophomore center, coming into the game. McFarland is in.
McFarland, just a freshman on this team, but making a big presence throughout this season.
He's going to be key on the shooting game for ESF, as that one is no good. Picked up by Paradise on the rebound. See if ESF can get something going here. And over to McFarland, just like we talked about, their sixth man. Guarded hard there by John Amber as he gives it over to his big man, Patchett. Patchett over to Paradise.
Definitely thought Paradise was going to shoot that deep thing
100%,
right there.
100%, as he always has, but he gives it to Patchett. He gets it to go. And the ball is stuck again. When are they going to fix this net, Audra?
I don't know. Albany Pharmacy was not impressed by that.
No,
though.
not at all. Not at all. I mean, hey, this isn't ESF's main gym, so it's not their facilities, but hey, it's whatever. We're still here at senior night. As the Panthers going up for three again. That one's no good. Beltran has got to get hot here soon if he wants something for Pharmacy. Paradise going for three this time. Yes!
There's his
Gets
spot.
that one to go. There he is once again. It's now 21-12, 11 and a half here in the first. It's a fast-paced game here with ESF and Albany.
Seems fast-paced, but Albany is the only one connecting here when it comes to making baskets. Hopefully ESF will be able to catch up soon, or else they'll be out.
They want to do that. They got to find Paradise, but Amber easily puts it in. He's looking like a little bit of a Steph Curry with the flick on that one.
One-handed.
One-handed, left-handed too, as ESF trying to push it up court with McFarland. Albany pressing a little bit too. Over to Paradise, back to McFarland. Finds Emil down low. Patchett, free throw shot basically with a jump, but no good. Albany trying to get something going once again. They got to get hot, as they already are.
They definitely want to start this. This lead in the beginning is something Albany Pharmacy, I'm sure, is very excited about.
Nisi trying to drive in, but gets the foul. Paradise pleading guilty for that. He's getting a little chippy with the ref as well. You don't want to get a tech here this early in the game. At the line now is Edward Ahanmisi, the Vancouver, British Columbia native, at the line for two. Ahanmisi gets that first one now 24-12. Well, thankfully, ESF is not being outscored by Nick Ferry anymore with that three from Paradise. Ahanmisi with the second one, gets that one to go as well. 13-point game in favor of the Panthers. ESF trying to push something up before a violation, something similar to what Albany got earlier in the game. Over to Emil, trying to put something up. Looks like a T-ball shot, something from that we saw last week against Berkeley in the second half. I don't know if you remember that one or not, but something similar to
Something
that.
similar?
Yeah, something similar. As gives it over to Giorgio, but for three, once again, no. That's his first missed three from Nick Ferry, as it's going to go in favor of the Mighty Oaks.
Not afraid of that outside shooting, which leads me to believe that this is a strong team, because outside shots are not something that you can bank on normally.
Full court press working in the favor of the Panthers, as Nate Beltran getting into that one between McFarland and Logan Emil, as they're going to reset here.
Seems like Albany Pharmacy is having a lot of steady, constant energy, and ESF is relying on a few bursts here and there, and it's just not equaling out.
They're equaling out as well for sure. Dormer for three, no good on that one. Doesn't even hit the rim. You do not want to look like me shooting out there on the court. No team will be successful. I think we agree with that one. Ahanmisi on the drive again, baseline. He finds Giorgio. Giorgio trying to go up, gets it to go. Patchett, the size between Patchett and both Giorgios doesn't really compare whatsoever. Over to Emil. He finds Dormer, tries to drive in, and yes! What a play there by Dormer, Raja.
That's what we're used to seeing by Dormer. Hopefully he'll be able to keep that up here.
He's improved throughout the season. Student Athlete of the Month for February at SUNY-ESF. Amber trying to get something going once again. Back over to Amber from Ahanmisi. Oh, no look pass. How about that? That's what you want out of your point guard right there. As Pharmacy now up 29-14.
He is not demonstrating any limitations in his height.
Albany, pardon me. I did not mean to say Pharmacy. Let's see what we got here. It's going to be an offensive foul on Matt McFarland. McFarland doesn't seem to really like that one.
I'm not even sure I saw what had happened.
We're a little our view was blocked a little bit by the coaches over at Albany, but
Who was very tall.
yes.
He definitely was playing some basketball back in his day.
100%. I wouldn't be shocked if they tried to put him in the game to make it even more unfair.
Throw a
in favor of
uniform
Albany.
on him, shave his face.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not, you know? As the height is there for ESF, but not really the beef for as well as Albany. But for three, no good on that one. As it seems like Barry's cooling down a little bit. His last two three-point attempts were a miss, but hey, he's shooting 60% from beyond the arc. So in comes Joel Martineau, another a sophomore forward here. Yes, that's trying to push it up for him once again. Over to Emil. Finds Flommer, trying to drive down low, but the penetration is key for three. No from Flommer. As Patchett's the only one down there for ESF. Coach D'Antonio's going to be really upset.
Not seeing a lot of yellow on the rebounding.
Panther heavily orientated rebound on both sides of the ball. And in comes in Marceau. Gets it to go on the lay-in. We got another timeout from Coach D'Antonio. ESF's got to get something going. Their score's being more than doubled now.
Most definitely. He looks pretty fired up, too. Well, you have to admit that he's doing these keys that he wanted to bring to this game were offense, defense, and rebounding. And not a lot of any of those are happening right now. ESF is kind of being a little lackadaisical on that defense, and they're going a little more gentle than Albany is, and you can tell that Albany is attacking the basket where ESF is just trying to find the easy pass, the easy shot, where as much as Albany's taking those outside shots, it's not because they're given to them. Those are some strong shots that they're getting. They're moving the ball quick for a wide open three, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially with them making it. So ESF is definitely not doing their job when it comes to pushing their offense and defense.
At the end of the day, when you're shooting, you're shooting. There's really nothing you can do about it, and that's something probably ESF was not really thinking about when Coach D'Antonio was prepping for this game. But hey, like he said in his halftime interview last game on Sunday against Berkeley, they got to focus on the little things. They need to do they need to do well at the line. They got to get the rebounds. And at the end of the day, they haven't really been to the line that much.
And Trey, you and I were both there for the Berkeley game. You could see that ESF just looked worn out, and they're kind of having those familiar faces here tonight.
And they're getting those little energy sparks like how you talked about as well. That was a great point brought up by you, Audra, as Mcfarland trying to get something going, but he brings back over to Emil. Over to the point guard, Flommer on the drive again. Finds his center, Patchett, no! Gets his own rebound, puts it back in.
Rebounds like that are what going to make this team catch up.
An injury timeout, that's not really good. It looks like Amber got banged up on that rebound from Patchett. Hey, Patchett's a physical player. Stuff like that can happen. But nothing wrong with adding to the score sheet, though, right?
Absolutely. He's looking for that. He's looking for that shot. He's not really wondering what bodies are around him, that's for sure.
So with the little pause there from Albany, they're going to choose to take a timeout here. So what are we looking for ESF with 7:39 left in the first half? What's the one thing they need to change?
Well, they're not down and out, and I honestly think if they can just bring up their defense intensity, it's going to put the pressure on Albany to get them to be like, whoa, and think a few seconds about those shots, make mistakes. If they can make their defense strong, their offense will follow.
So quick timeout here from Albany Pharmacy, who is now up 31-16, 7:47 here left in the first half. Misi being pressured in that full court press. Gives it to their center, but back over to the point guard. Back over to John Amber. And no, not for three. Fakes it from Martineau. Trying to get something going. They're trying to pressure the gap here. Forward on Misi. Nice pass. Over to Martineau, but back to Amber. Low in the shot clock. They got to get something off. And they did not get it off in time. That's going to be a shot clock violation. Antonio's getting really intense over there.
There's that defense, though, that they were needing. That pressure, they got it over, but it was almost 20 seconds when they got it over that line. That was definitely a good press and good half-court defense.
Once again, not getting a single shot off on the defensive possession as Mcfarland trying to find an opening here, but he goes back over to Emil. Mcfarland trying to drive, double teamed here, but gets over to Patchett, trying to push it in. It's going to be a foul on the floor here. And Edward Ahamisi is going to take credit for that one. That is Albany's third team foul of the half.
I definitely think Mcfarland was looking for that pass to Emil, and then Patchett kind of snagged it out of the air there.
He really likes to go to Emil last year, it seems like. Let's go over to Paradise. Mcfarland for three, contested. Yes! The freshman getting into the scoring fiasco, now 31-19.
Beautiful shot, but Flommer was wide open down below, and you could tell he wanted that ball.
Yes, he did. The hooker, oh my goodness, the hook shot. Is that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar out there, or is that Phil Giorgio? That was money, man. Holy cow. 33-19, 6.5 here at OCC. McFarland, who made the last shot for ESF, has it. But over to Emil once again. He gets it in. Triple teamed on that one. But hey, Logan Emil is a former conference player of the week. He can do stuff like that. Looks a little like a backcourt violation. Yes.
There it is.
That's exactly what they're looking. That's exactly what we got here. As in comes Nate Beltran. That was their key player. He's averaging 15 points a game, but now with 0 points.
Today he might be just taking a little bit of a backseat because it doesn't look like his team needs too much help. So I don't think he's trying to strain any muscle, that's for sure.
6-10 here in the first. Albany up 33-21 over to Paradise. Paradise really wants that shot. That has his spots over here. He also has another one over there as well.
Albany in this man defense.
McFarland once again. Oh, wow. How about that one? 2 shots, 2 consecutive makes. I think it's the headband. I have to think it's the headband.
Beautiful offense and defense from him. He's really been intense, increasing his intensity here.
The freshman has the flow as well as Albany's trying to get something going. They go over to Martinelli. That's no good. A rebound from the freshman as he pushes it up court. McFarland. And a reach and foul called by Nate Beltran. That was expected. We knew that was gonna be called from the start.
Great work from the freshman here. Pushing the intensity. Sometimes you just need one of your players to be the match to spark that fire, to get things going and moving. McFarland might be able to do that for ESF today.
McFarland giving out the inbound to Flommer right in front of us. 33-24 with 5.5 here in the first. McFarland trying to get that opening, make it 3 for 3 maybe. Flommer guarded by Martinelli. He's still going to go up for it, and he's going to go to the line.
Flommer's been itching to get his hands on that ball and drive, so it doesn't surprise me. And by doing that, he was able to draw a foul, and that's a perfect shot opportunity for him.
2 shots for Flommer on this one as Martinelli pleads guilty on that foul. 5th team foul for the Panthers. Flommer puts that one in for 1. Now an 8-point game. Player of the week 2 weeks ago gets his second shot in there. 2 for 2 on that one. Albany's got to get something going. They got to go quick. I thought I was going to catch that one. That's happened a lot recently. Over to Ambert. He finds. There he is. No, but he misses that one. Beltran yet to get on the board for the Panthers. Emil slowing it down a little bit. Finds Paradise. Oh, he was looking for it. He was looking for it. Back over to Emil, guarded by Onmisi. What we got here? We got an offensive foul, it seems like. Patching with the push as we're going to see Zachary Dormer come in. Out comes Patchett as ESF goes with the substitution.
As coach greeted him, he definitely looked happy with what he was doing. So hopefully ESF is making their coach proud here, upping their intensity.
Going with the full court press once again. Ahamisi struggling to find someone. Gets this guy Ambert though, the point guard. Panthers trying to set something up and back over to Beltran. Fakes the shot. Almost looked like he jumped there. Got lucky. On the fake down to the baseline. Beltran no good. Doesn't hit rim at all on the layup. And it looks like Paradise walked on that one. He doesn't like that. Not a huge fan of that call, seems like.
It was definitely an opportunity for USF to make that layup. He just was out of control when he put his hands on that ball.
Emil was easily going to have the outlet pass there as well, as Albany's going to take over once again with 4:22 here in the first.
ESF catching up a bit here, 26-33. Albany is up.
Well, I mean, it could not have been done without Matt McFarland. As Beltran goes down to the baseline again. Looked like he tried to dunk, but it doesn't really matter because Misi is right there to get the board and the score.
Again, not one body on him. ESF not rebounding whatsoever.
Good fake as Mcfarland trying to get down low, but he finds Dormer. And it's going to be a foul and one. Yes. Ahan Misi is going to plead guilty for that foul as Dormer has a chance for a three-point play here, Audra.
Dormer's not afraid to go to the line. Wasn't even sure what happened, but he's not complaining.
A little bit of a pause here. Referee discussion once again. See what we got.
Logan, this possession you have 4 contact and count.
3 fouls for Misi. He's a little bit of a foul trouble. It's 3:55 in the first, and one of your best scorers has 3 fouls. How if you're Coach B, Audra, how do you handle Misi's foul trouble?
I take him out. There's only 4 minutes left in this half. There's no reason they're not in any trouble whatsoever score-wise to be causing any foul issues. It looks like, are we shooting now, or McFarland is?
I think they're getting the wrong shooter to the line here, and I don't think they realize whatsoever. Another pause here by this referee crew. I'm honestly thinking I want the other one back. That's just me, though. Amber trying to discuss with them a little bit, maybe mix things up in favor of the Panthers. Once again, Audra, it's simple. Win and you're in for ESF. They just got to keep winning. Last home game of the year, senior night here at Allen Hall. They have 2 big games on the road. How do they handle games on the road?
So far, they've been pretty much equal. Some losses, some wins, both on the road and at home. But McFarland's taking 1 shot, even though Dormer made the shot. I'm not quite sure.
And he's going to steal one of his points right there. Little miscommunication, but out comes Ahamisi, and back comes in the catch and shooter, Nick Ferry.
Yeah, definitely a smart choice to take him out.
But an odd situation at the same time. That was all Dormer's 1 point right there.
Yeah.
Matt McFarland took it for himself, as now he has 7 on the night. Panthers trying to get something going once again. Looks like a little bit of a 2-3 zone. Coach Boeheim here would be a little bit proud of the Mighty Oaks.
I have to say, key player Nate Beltran is not impressing me too much for Albany.
That shot wasn't impressive whatsoever. But what do we got here?
Oh no! Hopefully we're not starting shot clock trouble.
More shot clock trouble once again. The last time we saw this was the weekend that the Mighty Oaks played 5 towns, and then the Culinary Institute of America. They went 1-1 that weekend. Speaking of 5 towns, Albany swept 5 towns when they played them this season.
I truly think that the only reason ESF lost to 5 towns was because of silly things when it came to traveling and fouls, unnecessary technicals, and then shot clock trouble.
Or like like you said, our best friend named Shot Clock.
Yes.
As McFarland gets back over to gets back over to the Panther side of the court and finally gets something going here. Over to Emil. Back to McFarland. Fans want him to try, but McFarland's going to go for 3. Just misses that one. The rebound by Paradise. Shot clock's going to reset here. Emil trying to push something in. Dormer at the arc, but he fought. Flommer, pardon me, but Flommer for 3. Yes! How about that? Flommer back into the action for 3 as it is now a 3-point game.
This past Super Bowl Sunday, Flommer was the key player, and he answered with some 3-pointers, and
Yes,
hopefully
he
he'll
did.
be able to answer some more here tonight.
Crowd is getting into it now. It's literally in a blink of an eye. This team was down by double their score, and now it's a 3-point game and a silly foul there by Phil Giorgio, the sophomore center of the Panthers.
Almost seemed like his balance was just off for that one. Unlucky for him, for sure.
That's his first foul and the team's 7th, and when that's foul number 7, Audra, they get to go to the line. Flommer for the 1-1 here.
ESF keeping their fouls relatively low compared to other games.
The field goal percentage much better as well, shooting 11 of 24, and compared to last game, I believe it was 9 of 27 or something like it was somewhere around there against Berkeley. So the shots are going in for the Mighty Oaks, and that's something that the crowd likes to see here. Flower with the second shot, yes sir. 35-34, 2.5 left in the first half. Full court press, the crowd wants in, they get it. A little bit of deflection there from Emil, he wanted that, but the center getting it to go. Now a 3-point game for Albany Pharmacy. Paradise. Pushing it up court, finds Emil. Baseline on the drive, it gets a foul. That is Nick. Phil Giorgio. He's going to plead guilty for that foul. That's the team's 8th. Logan Emil gets to go to the line.
Definitely more aggression here from ESF, resulting in fouls, and these are open shots that I would not be complaining if I were them.
It's a great strategy as he hits that first one. This is huge.
Makes this next one. He brings their loss only by 1.
If he hits this one, it could be a 1-point game right here as in comes Dennis Benjack and out comes Phil Giorgio. So both Giorgio's out now. Emil with his second shot and he gets that one as it's now a 1-point game. Holy cow, Audra. This is huge.
Took a little while for ESF to get there, but they're here, and hopefully they're here to stay.
Hey, they're just blessed to be here. Let's see what we got here on the foul. Elbow by the point guard, Henry Flommer.
Flommer just had his arm wrapped right around that player, not on purpose either. Definitely just got tangled up. Wrong place, wrong time.
Nothing wrong with being a little scrappy though, as they have some fouls to give. They're at their 5th team foul now.
Only Flommer's first, nothing to worry about so far.
For 3, no good on that one. Nick Ferry getting cold once again as Beltran trying to come in on a steal. Overran by Dormer. Dormer picks it back up. We got a little fiasco between Benjack, who just came back in. Picked up by Mcfarland. Holy cow. I'm going to lose my voice if I keep screaming like this. It's a fiasco going on down here. Dormo. So we're getting big down low. ESF has the lead.
Talk about
goodness.
scrappy, like you were saying before.
Hey, I called my first game here in Allen Gym, and I as a color commentator, I recognize the game. I called it one word. It's scrappy. And that's exactly what we have here. 70 seconds to go in the first half. The Mighty Oaks up by 1. Over to Benjack, getting a little big, the freshman. Nothing wrong with a little bit of intensity, especially from a young gun like Dennis Benjack. Lead in favor of Albany. The drive by Dormer, no on the N1 there, but he gets 2 and an opportunity to score 40 and have the lead once again.
Flommer at the line.
Benjack is going to earn that one. That is 9 for the Panthers. 1 away from a double bonus. It can be huge, especially with 53 seconds.
Only a few seconds here on the court and already drawing a foul. Must not feel the best.
Out comes Mcfarland. He was in for a while. Good opportunity for him to get some rest and maybe get functioning once again for hitting stuff beyond the arc.
He brought this score up. He brought ESF to where they are now for sure. He deserves a well-deserved break.
I think it was because of the flow that he has. Now 0 for 2 on that one from the point guard. You don't want to see that, especially from the point guard. An opportunity blown to take the lead by ESF, but the Panthers look to capitalize. Good pass over to Benjack. Benjack finds Martineau down low. It's going to be a kickball. Stay in the possession of Albany Pharmacy.
ESF needs to play some good defense here while they have it underneath. Albany Pharmacy has it underneath the basket.
This could be the last time we see the shot clock in the first half as Albany looks to get something going. And he finds Martineau down low, gets blocked. What a block by Dormer, holy cow.
That definitely felt good. It's been a whole half without one of those.
So we just saw a good block, but I want to see a dunk too. And 1. No dunk here, but hey, and 1 from the freshman Dennis Benjack, as this is going to be a great opportunity to be up 2 possessions for the Panthers.
Creating a foul, now taking a foul shot. Hopefully he'll be able to make up, even though Henry Flommer was not able to make his.
It's a true bounce back here on that one as he makes it a 3-point play. Paradise running the baseline a little bit. Panthers staying aggressive with the full court press. Still got the shot clock on here.
ESF needs to use all this time on the clock.
Palmer finds Emil. He tucks it in like a running back on that one. ESF doesn't even have a football team, and he still did that. 42-40, no shot clock here. The Mighty Oaks still being aggressive. Nice pass from the point guard,
Weak side.
Amber. Take the last shot here, Raja. We'll see what happens. I think it's for certain that the Panthers are going to go into the lead at halftime, but see if Beltran can get involved at the baseline. Tries to find his guy, Nick Berry, but that doesn't work out well as ESF gets an opportunity here, maybe a half-court shot. I have to say, if there's one thing I'm good at in basketball, it's half-court shooting. That's my prominent key right there. Clock winds down here as he airballs that one. He's pretty close.
Not
Pretty
gonna
close
lie.
for compared to an air ball as we go into the half here at Allen Gym at Onondaga Community College. We got a close game here, Raja. Only 2 points. Only 2-point game in favor of the Panthers. 42-40 at the half. So a 15-minute break here. We'd like to bring in Coach D'Antonio from the ESF Mighty Oaks. Coach, what did you think of that first half?
Well, we played a lot harder the last 10 minutes.
100%.
So we woke up, guys started going to the basket, not settling for threes. They came out obviously on fire, made like 5 threes. You got to give them credit. But we woke up, and it's going to be a game. This is a good basketball game. Both teams playing hard, playing solid. It's about who's going to do the little things towards the end.
So in comes Matt Mcfarland and immediately makes an impact. His first 3 3-pointers he makes. Is this a little bit of a change to maybe the new key player for the second half?
Well, we're going to stay confident in our guys. Like, Matt, Reed, those freshmen, they put in a lot of time in. And they've worked hard, and we put them on a team for a reason. So, they stepped up. We had a big talk about mentality after last game. Matt took it to heart. He texted me, said, I'm going to come out with a different mentality. And lo and behold, there it is. So that's what we need from everybody.
Quickly, Coach, one thing you want to look forward to improve here in the second half?
Well, we need to improve our defensive rotation. Like, sometimes we get caught up. We let the guy with a 35 and 4 kind of get in the middle of their zone a little bit. We're doing better running the guys off the 3-point line, but then we got to recover back to take away the paint and then finish the defense and make sure we, continue to score on offense.
All in all, a very exciting first half from both sides. Coach D'Antonio, thank you for the time once again.
All right, thanks.
Going into the second half now, it is 42-40. Albany in favor of SUNY-ESF. Quick break here from us, and we'll shortly be back after this break. Back here starting the second half. Albany Pharmacy in the lead, 42-40 against SUNY-ESF here at Allen Hall at Onondaga Community College, right here in Syracuse, New York. So now back here, started the second half alongside Audra Rosignol. I'm Trey Redfield. Audra, what are we looking for here in the second half?
The second half here, we want ESF to come back. We're all rooting for this underdog. Coming back is going to be what we want to see. And we want to have our key players bring out something a little more than what we saw in the first half. Both key players on both sides. SUNY-ESF, we had
a little bit of difficulties here, Audra. So about that second half, what do they got to get going here?
So SUNY-ESF, both teams here, SUNY-ESF and Albany Pharmacy, we aren't really seeing too much from the key players.
No.
For ESF, we have Cole Paradise, but really Matt Mcfarland, the freshman, has been pulling some great numbers, while Albany Pharmacy, well-rounded team to begin with, but Nate Beltran, their key player, number 20, has not been pulling out too much.
That's right, Audra. I believe he has not been on the board yet at all for the Panthers, but someone that's really stood out, especially at the start of the first half, got Albany going immediately, was Nick Ferry. Every time he got the ball, he caught it, he shot it. He didn't dribble the ball, I don't think, even once in the shots that he made in the first half.
Absolutely, and Albany Pharmacy bringing a lot of three-point shooting to the game and not forced threes. Definitely something that they have planned and they have practiced because they're making a lot of their outside shots, which is a beautiful shot to have. 3 points up on the board opposed to having to get 2 at a time is nothing to complain about.
And also Matt Mcfarland coming off the bench as well. He did all this and he wasn't even starting. He came off the bench around, I would say, 14, 13 minutes left in the first half, and he immediately made an impact.
In a couple years, I might have to look back at ESF stats just to see when he's a senior what he's able to do for this team, because only being a freshman and adding this
stuff
much,
like that.
Absolutely, it's an amazing thing.
So to bring some more positivity into the broadcast here, why not a little shot of the dogs here? This is Audra's dog, Buddy, and holy, a golden retriever, beautiful dog. Show us one more time, Audra. That is one handsome dog, I have to say. How were you able to pull that off?
I don't know, almost as much as ESF might pull off this win. That's how I pulled off that beautiful dog.
You're really making me miss my poor dogs back home. Can you believe I have 4 dogs?
4, that's a lot, but you know, the more the merrier with dogs.
Right.
I don't have a problem with that whatsoever.
And the more points, the merrier. We're back here in Allen Hall for second half coverage. ESF getting that defensive board right away. No Mcfarland here to start off the half. We got Henry Flommer with the ball once again. He finds a meal. Mid-range, no good there. Picked up by Patchen. A little bit of physicality there between he and the Vancouver native himself. Nisi trying to get big down low, but the point guard down there as well, John Ambert, picking up the rebound. Coach D really wanted that one.
Seeing if ESF will be able to get in the lead here. Albany Pharmacy still fighting hard like they were in the first half.
Pass cross court once again, and point guard tripped up there. John Ambert tripped up, but it's a foul at the end of the day. So 1 minute in and 1 foul for ESF. So the man that was tripped up on the play is going to take this inbound pass. They're going to reset up top. Misi on the drive, Euro step, yes sir. 44-point game here. 75 seconds in, and ESF down by 4.
Albany Pharmacy just walked that ball to the basket.
And a mid-range there from Dormer. He basically walked in, stopped, popped that one. That was a lot of walking, in quotes, here on in this second half. Misi bringing it up, back over to Ambert. And for three, trying to get Beltran into the game. No, nowhere close. It's like me shooting, but it's the other way. I miss it 3 feet short. Another mid-range from Dormer. That one, a little too strong.
Again, no one to rebound for ESF to have that put back for Dormer.
Just wait till it gets about 8 minutes into the half. Then they'll start rebounding. Misi on the drive. No look pass to his point guard. Amber finds, trying to find Beltran here. Double team to Misi for three. Yes! Oh my goodness. Vancouver native getting immediately into the action here. And it's a 5-point game.
Beltran fighting that shot, but making a smart decision.
Albany Bent's getting into it in the center. Reed Patchett gets that once to go. He loves the mid-range.
Patchett having to take out last half. Up, a little fumbling with the ball.
A little fumbling once again, and he finds the center. Oh, what a block! And the air ball. Oh my goodness, he pinned that man off glass. If my stepbrother is watching this game, he would love that. Love it. Paradise for three. First attempt at the half. No foul there. Oh, he is angry. Paradise. He's a really intense basketball player, but when he doesn't get a call his way, he is not happy. He shows it too.
Absolutely. I mean, I'd be upset after that too. He fell to the ground.
I never get to go to the line, so missing an opportunity like that, I would be very upset. Amber. And oh my goodness. A little bit of a baseball action to the knee, and ref takes it to the face.
Poor guy.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
They're gonna have to start wearing those masks that
Yeah,
like pitchers and
like
softball
when
wear.
pitchers wear the protective caps, I think the refs are gonna have to like wear helmets on the court. Honestly. Oh, what a nice pass block there. Paradise tries to throw it off the center. See what we got. It's going to be ESF balls, a shot clock violation on the call. So either way, the Mighty Oaks were going to get the ball on that one. But smart play from Paradise as well, trying to force a turnover, technically. Albany with the full court press back over to Paradise. Palmer on the move, a little bit of a kickball there. They're going to call it. And it's a 3-point game, 16 and a half here in a second. Paradise is going to take this inbound.
ESF just trailing behind.
Not too bad this time around.
I say put Mcfarland in, get a three, and bring us back.
Not? Why not? Nice find there by the point guard. Do what you got to do, but it's going to be Albany. The players they have, they talk a lot. They're not really liking these calls whatsoever. And as they should, it looked like a jump ball there, but with the result, Zachary Dormer gets to go to the line.
Absolutely, and Dormer is a good shooter from the line, so it's a little bit dangerous having him there.
Shooting around 83% on the season. His first one is not going to fall this time, though. Oh, go ahead.
Seems like every time we say someone's doing really great at the line, they miss. I feel like we have to
miss
stop
it.
saying that, or we're bringing them bad luck.
Watch this one. He's shooting poorly from the line. Okay, that one was true, I guess. 0 for 2 on those free throw attempts as Ahamisi brings it up. Good defense there by Dormer as he does the same thing to the point guard. Ahamisi trying to get him to drive. Gives it over to Beltran, and he's not on the board just yet. What? What do they need here? ESF going up court. Finds Paradise for three. Yes! We got a tie game, Audra.
A connection finally by key player Cole Paradis for ESF.
That was like a LinkedIn connection right there. It was efficient and quick and just what you want out of a connection like that. Panthers going to slow it down a little bit as we got a tie game. The crowd is getting into it here at Allen Gym. Amber kicking it out to the three-point shoot. Catch and no good on that one. Paradise getting the board. ESF getting physical more with the boards. Dormer's going to go on the drive. No foul call there as he really had a trench, seems like. But he misses the lay in there.
Perfect time for a Euro step.
Doesn't get it to go there, unfortunately. And Emil's going to bring this one up. It's going to be a blocking foul. It's going to be on the floor, I believe. And Nick Ferry is going to pick up that one.
Very looking for the charge there.
And let's see what they do here. correction here. It's going to be a shooting foul here. It's going to be 2 shots for Dormer. So it was 0 for 2 last time. Not going to jinx him again. Or speak the truth. But he bounces back there. And ESF has their first lead of the game. And they got there because of Matt Mcfarland.
Absolutely. The freshman definitely was able to handle that. And then Dormer creating this lead for ESF.
Second lead of the game. Pardon me on that one, as they had one earlier in the first half. Nice move by Nick Berry, who's normally the guy who catches it and just shoots it. But ESF is going to take credit for the foul here, as both teams have 2 team fouls and a half.
When shots stop to fall outside that three-point line, it's time to start taking them to the basket, which he did, resulting in a foul.
Teams do that more often in the second half, forcing the fouls, getting the bonus early, as Berry goes to the line here and gets that first one. No one to check in yet for both teams, the Mighty Oaks and the Panthers. As that one falls as well. Tie game once again, 49-all. Huge game for the Mighty Oaks. You basically got to win if you want to be in this HBIAC tournament.
Not to mention senior night.
Not to mention senior night as well, right? You are. Patchett doesn't get it to fall. Matt Mcfarland has gotten to the table once again. Let's see if the 6th man can make an impact as we get a stoppage here soon. Nice play by Emil. He looks like a corner there. So he's looked like a running back and a cornerback today. And once again, for those that are watching, ESF does not have a football team. Tie game here with the center. Getting it to go. Evan Giorgio back in the game. So a little switch of the Giorgio brothers to start off this second half.
Aggressive defense by ESF being answered by aggressive offense for Albany.
Panthers going with a man-like defense. It's all about knowing that defense as the 3 doesn't fall for Flummer. And we're trying to get something going. Gives it over to Beltran. That was our key player. That's going to be a push foul here. Reed Patchett, I believe. Patchett, yes, is going to take credit for that one. As in comes Stephen Nemec and Matt Mcfarland. And out comes Cole Paradise and Reed Patchett. McFarland making an immediate impact in this one, has 7 points so far. 2 3-pointers and stealing an and one from his teammate Zachary Dormer. The catch and shoot once again, doesn't fall. I want to tell Nick Berry this personally, but I don't want, I say this all the time, don't shoot like that.
I know, there's definitely no need for him to shoot that ball. He could have passed it around. There's plenty of time on the shot clock. He was not forced to make that shot whatsoever.
The Panthers need better shooters like our director, Christopher Bakura, in the studio right now.
Oh, yes. He is a basketball star, legend, really.
If we have to be real, yes, he is. Has nice drive there from Logan Emil. 51 all, 13 and a quarter now in the second ESF, going back to that full court press. Beltran choosing to slow it down a little bit.
I'm interested to see Beltran do something this
He's
game.
been shut down all game. He was our key player. He's averaging 15 a game too. Nisi on the try, no good. Here's Beltran with the rebound. Shot clock gonna reset. Over to Giorgio. Amber creates some space. Gets on the drive, the floater. Looks like Steph Curry there, but he draws the foul.
Coach D'Antonio for ESF definitely not liking the fouls that are being given up by his team.
Not the smartest play from Nemec there as he pleads guilty for that one. That's the 4th foul for ESF. Amber to the line for 2.
Hard coming right off the bench and getting a foul. Definitely not the best for his senior night.
No, not at all. Don't want to disappoint the seniors like that. They want to go out on top here. But Amber, with his second shot, he's going to give the Panthers the lead.
I have a feeling it's going to be a very close game here on out for the next 12 minutes and 30 seconds in the rest of the second half.
It was like that for 5 Towns, so hopefully nothing spreads out like it did when those two faced off, ESF and 5 Towns. Speaking Towns in that tie for second with Albany Pharmacy. Mcfarland for 3, no good. He's getting a little too excited, I think.
I think so too. Coming right back, wanting to get it going. He just needs to calm down and feel that rhythm.
Going with the zone again for the Mighty Oaks. Nice find there, and Nick Berry puts it in the assist by our key player, Nate Beltran.
There we go. He's working his way up a little bit.
Working the way up somewhat as James Squire comes to the table. A foul by Nate Beltran. You can tell Beltran is a little frustrated.
Yeah, I definitely think this is not his best game, and not his best game that his coach thought he was going to have.
So a short stay on the court for Nemec as in comes James Squire, a senior forward.
Mistakes like his foul just can't be made when you're in a game this close.
Squire trying to get something going at the top. Meehl finding Flommer as point guard. Meehl on the drive. Puts it up, tries to draw the foul there, and he gets it. Late foul call here. D'Antonio wanted it, and he got it.
I think he got fouled at least 3 times going up for that.
I mean, he was triple team, so I think it was 3 times, to be honest with you.
Check, check, check.
Team 4th for Albany, as Emil, the player of the week of January 21st in the HVIAC, shooting 2 here. Trying to make it a little bit closer. Successful on that first shot.
Beltran going out after getting his 3rd foul.
3 for Beltran, but in comes Dennis Benjack, who made a great impact as a freshman. So 2 freshmen on both sides of the ball making huge impacts. Mcfarland and Benjack.
ESF laying off the press, you can see, saving their energy for that half-court defense.
Well, it's a 2-point game, 11.5. Benjack finds Berry, and there I could hear that foul all the way from here. That's ESF's 5th foul, and going to the line will be Evan Giorgio, the senior center.
It's hard. It seems anyone going in for ESF is drawing fouls as soon as they get off that bench. It almost makes, I feel like it would make coach not want to change it out entirely.
Right. Now a 3-point game, a great opportunity for the Panthers to make this 2 possessions. Giorgio brothers making a huge impact as well.
Yeah, they're like the Twin Towers out there.
Giorgio getting that one to go now, a 1-possession game. Over to Emil to try and get things going. Ambert almost made an impact on the ball, but Flommer tries to drive and he gets it. Down on the baseline, put up a little floater now, 2-point game with 11 left. Pressing a little bit more for the Mighty Oaks. The Panthers moving it up. Ambert trying to get something going over to Anwisi. Finds his center down low, but an interception there by Dormer. Dormer trying to go on the drive. Puts it up off the iron, but no Mighty Oaks players on that rebound, unfortunately.
Albany Pharmacy just had 3 people fighting for the ball, not 1 ESF.
Love to see more of a scrappy game, and it involves offensive rebounding. For 3, no good there. Once again, Nick Berry is ice cold. An air ball there. As in will be coming Martineau here soon. On the lay-in, no good. Over to Flommer. Coach D wanting them to push it up a little bit to find the Dormer, trying to draw the foul. No good there. Not going to call anything. D'Antonio really wanted that one, as that was a little shaky, I gotta say. And yes, I just said that in front of the referee that I should have called.
ESF's getting a few fast breaks, but it's almost like they need to slow it down.
Yeah, because nothing's going for both teams. Center with Euro step. Nice pass there. Is that Jason Williams out on the court?
Behind the head.
That was money. Holy cow. It's Mcfarland. Gets his first touch on the ball ever since he missed that first shot that he attempted here in the second half. As we are now 9 minutes left here in the first half. Boom! What a shot. 3-pointer from the point guard, Henry Flommer there, ESF, with the lead once again.
timeout, give everybody a little break. It seems like ESF wanting to catch up, but just fumbling a little bit, whether they're going a little too scrappy or a little too loose. They need to find that happy medium.
It was a bold timeout call for sure, because it seems like that was a spark that they needed, because both teams were colder than the shoes that I'm wearing right now, my Air Force Ones.
Absolutely. They were definitely getting something going there. Hopefully they'll be able to keep that momentum, both teams, and have this back and forth game with these next 9 minutes. I bet we're not going to get much than a 3-point head of lead either teams.
This is going to be close throughout this entire game. It's down the stretch is going to be a nail biter. Who knows? Maybe ESF might, maybe a senior for ESF might slam one home to put it away, or vice versa. That would not be good for this home crowd, as both teams are playing for their HVIAC playoff lives. Not the strongest conference, but all the 4 teams at the top have made a huge impact with their records, beating each other up in the HVIAC.
Absolutely. Henry Cox is on the floor now. He's a senior for SUNY-ESF. He hasn't seen much time during the season at all.
Started this game, as this one is way long for Rahan. You see the air ball there. Flommer pushing it up court. The 3 at the top of the key, no good, just a little short. Picked up by the center, and it's now Phil Giorgio into the game. I feel like Evan goes in for 10, and then his brother goes in for the last 10. That's literally what we saw last half. Might be the same thing, honestly. Over to Rahan Misi, back to his center. Giorgio going to drive in, but he finds the freshman. No good there, but he gets the foul. Benjak is going to the line. Last time he was there, he had an and one and took advantage of it.
See if he'll be able to connect again. And ESF has taken the lead. I haven't even noticed that. 57-56, ESF 1 point.
Scores remained intact for a good amount of minutes, honestly. I haven't seen that many baskets yet with that 3-pointer. ESF had the momentum. It sure seems like it, as Benjak misses his first free throw of the night. Freshman forward, playing in 5 games so far this season. As he bounces back there, makes it a tie game, 8.5 now, Audra. I may have to buckle up here.
I'm sweating. I can't even sit still during this game now.
It's intense for sure, as we get a little bit of a change. Patchett goes into the lineup. Mcfarland making the drive, doesn't get the roll though. Amber at the point guard, pushing it up. Getting physical, it seems like, from Mcfarland. So as it is senior night, Audra, there are 3 seniors for ESF. That is Harrison Cox, James Squire, and I believe that might be it. I believe there's one more, I think.
Yeah, Steven Nemec.
And Steve Nemec as well.
Yes,
Pardon me.
all 3 of them on this team, and they've been a big part. And I bet the group on this team that I bet is going to miss them most is these freshmen, because this
is a young team.
Absolutely, and you see these freshmen, they've been trained by these seniors, and they're a big part of this team, and they'll definitely be missed.
All of them making a huge impact in some ways. We have covered this basketball squad throughout the season. Every single senior, all 3 of the seniors on this team has found a way to be huge in some way. But the junior, who will have the same experience next year, makes the impact on that up and under. 2-point game for the Mighty Oaks. Amber gives it over to Martineau, but that's no good. Good rebound there by Mcfarland.
Shortest guy on the team for ESF helping out the rebound there. It's about time we saw some rebounding.
The senior getting into it, the big man. Oh, baby.
Big. Good for him. Good
Squire
for him.
is going to remember that one. Going to be one of his last shots here at Allen Hall. Making a huge impact. The ESF has their biggest lead of the game. Center with a little fadeaway there. Phil Giorgio gets to go to the line.
Squire grabbing that foul. You could see he was very timid with that 3-point shot. He had a few open looks on the other side of the court a few times earlier today in the game, and he was not comfortable with it, so he just when he popped that one in, he was definitely feeling that
The
one.
senior wearing Kobe's tonight. Probably did that one for the Mamba, the late Mamba, unfortunately. As we get four new bodies in. Unfortunately, Squire, who had all that momentum, he's unfortunate for him. He's going to go off as Dormer and Patchett come into the game for the Mighty Oaks.
You need a strong 5 on the court right now with only 6 minutes left to keep this lead and maybe lengthen it a little bit more so we don't have to be so nervous here on the bench.
Witt gets the roll there. And in comes Evan, and out comes Phil. The Giorgio brothers do the flip-flop once again, so not getting a little bit of the even time that we saw last half, but
Still getting time.
still getting time. Still getting time as Albany Pharmacy, 6 minutes in, now has the bonus with 7. McFarland thought he had to look there. Over to Dormer for 3 from Flommer. Yes!
Absolutely. It's shots like that. They are not thinking, they're just doing what feels natural, and that's why this is working.
6-point game, the double team full court press here. Oh, risky pass, tries to get it out, and it was successful there. Martineau, the receiver on that one. And look who caught it. Look who caught
good
it.
job.
I can't shoot, but I gotta say, I think I got the best hands in the game.
You have officially been a part of this senior game.
I have, yes. And I just got to say, I'm just blessed for the opportunity, to be honest with you. So, Flommer, we got to talk about him real quick because he is 6 of 6 from the field. They got there. Yes, we've been talking about McFarland a lot, but Flommer, they got to give it to him more. What do you think, Audra?
He is a strong part of this team, and he still has a whole nother year. Oh, but with the buzzer beater.
The shot, beating the shot clock here from Ahan Misi. It's going to be a timeout from the Panthers. It's now a 3-point game with 5.5. So, but back to Flommer. We've talked, like I said, we talked about McFarland making an impact early in the first half, but it seems like the second half, it has come from the point guard, Henry Flommer.
And we've seen this a couple times here that Flommer comes in and he is ready to go the second half. He gets fired up because he wants to win. And sometimes it's too little too late. But today, hopefully, it's right on par with what ESF needs.
So if you're just joining us, it is 5.5 minutes here left in the second half. And ESF has a 3-point lead against Albany College of Pharmacy. The Panthers, who are tied for second in the HVIAC, owning the tiebreaker against Five Towns as they had swept them earlier in the season. Second in the HVIAC, and ESF sitting at 4th, that last spot in the tournament, which is less than a month now. All the way here in Syracuse, New York. It's going to be interesting here at Onondaga Community College how this all turns out.
Absolutely. It's a nail-biter for sure. And I'm not sure who I want to win. It's hard because they both have such great players each side. Henry Flommer being one for ESF, the junior just being so strong out on the court, a leader. All of the members of both of these teams seem to have a real leader role, which is awesome because they work in unison rather than working against each other. And that's something that's so important for teams.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about great sportsmanship and fair play, isn't it, Audrey?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's exactly what we get from men's basketball college, yep.
5.5 here, Audra Rosengdahl and Trey Redfield here. And it's a 3-point game in favor of the Mighty Oaks. McFarland having it at the top of the key. Farmer almost getting into that action of shooting. Neal, perfect lane, gets blocked there. Clean play by the center, Evan Giorgio. Coach D wasn't a fan of that one, though. Still rambling. Over to the point guard, Ambert. Finds Beltran in the corner, though. Still scoreless from Nate Beltran. The drive by Ambert gets it to go. Now a 1-point game, Audra.
You can see a little hesitation. Reed Patchett wanted to slap that ball, but he can't afford a foul at this point. He cannot afford it.
We've already seen Cole Paradise pin someone off glass. Reed Patchett would have loved to be a part of that. Turnaround jumper. Did someone say Kobe Bryant?
Finally, a rebound worthy of a foul.
It's going to be Nate Beltran on that one. Team's 5th, and it's going to be 2 shots for Emil.
If key player meant who's going to get the most fouls on the team,
Right.
Beltran would have it.
Beltran and Ahamisi still in that foul trouble that was talked about earlier. Ahamisi, remember, had 3 fouls with 3 minutes left in the first half. Toning it down a little bit, though. See what Emil does on his second one. And he's not going to make it a 3-point game. It's still 66-64, 4.5 now. John Amber taking this one up as usual. Shooter, Coach D's calling it, but not really tonight from Nate Beltran, who is still ice cold.
Yeah, not making many connections tonight.
Shot blocked there by Ahamisi. Double team was Dormer, but he gives it back to his point guard, Flommer. See what we got here. It's going to be a timeout on the floor. Coach D making a little bit of a miscommunication-like timeout with the referee.
Yeah, but I don't know if Henry Flommer would be able to make that. Everyone was a bit distracted by the whistle, so I don't feel too bad for the timeout. Maybe it's a little break that they need. But again, a timeout called when it felt like they were getting their momentum back.
Exactly. It was 66-64. ESF calling that timeout. As like you said, we just talked about it. There was this second time there's been a timeout called. They get something going, then there's a timeout. So as this last home game has been rolling around, and as the last home game has been dawning, the ESF TV production for all of the home men's basketball games has begun to come to a close as well, Audra. We just want to give a quick thank you to everyone that has been involved, starting with our cameraman up top, along with the people down in the control room, along with our statistician, Matt Zambolo. Vinny Lopez up there on camera 1, Porter Holt on camera 2. Angie Alberto and graphics as well. The scoreboard would not be up there without her. Amanda Varhall is our score bug op as Patrick gets to go to the line. Ross Jacobs, our engineer in charge. It all starts with them. It could not be done without our guy, Ross. And
Keith Beach on audio.
Oh, yeah.
The main guy.
And also to round things up, TD Zainab Tabaris as well in the control room. We also got our TD director, Crisper Bakura. Pardon me, as I get Crisper Bakura, with all of his help, it could not have been done without him, setting up all of this ESF TV production with ITS Media. And Audra, it could have been done without you as well, our awesome color commentator.
Thank you, Trey. Trey, a big shout out to you. Your first game calling play-by-play was last. This is the second, right?
Yes.
Big moment for you here in Allen Gym.
And that could not have been done without the partnership that ESF TV has with CNY Stream. The guys that they bring over from Syracuse University, a big help at the end of the day. The three no good there. Once again, a little bit scrappy on the rebound as it is now 3:20. Yes, and he gets that one. Holy cow, we got a tie game. Edward Ahamisi from Vancouver, British Columbia.
At the edge of our seats.
It's getting intense here at Allen Hall, and Ahamisi gets the rebound there. It's going to be let's see what we got here. It's going to be a 1-and-1, which means Henry Flommer is going to take credit for that foul. That is ESF's 8th, but let's not take away from the fact that Albany Pharmacy is 1 foul away from the bonus. No fouls to give.
I think they decided to put it on Patchett.
Yes, it was Patrick. Good catch there, Audra. See, this is why we have you around.
Always here to help, always here to help. That's his 4th.
Patchett's 4th. The size is huge, especially for a scrappy player like Reed Patchett himself. 1-and-1. No good there. We still got a tie game. Buckle up, Audra. We got an epic one here.
These last 3 minutes are going to be the longest minutes of the week.
Probably. It's basketball. Timeouts will be used a lot. Patrick trying to get something up.
Albany Pharmacy's defense is on fire right now.
They're staying strong down low. Baseline jumper, no good from Dormer. Couple more people to shout out. Marina Messick, along with Bernadette Flemmer. And lastly, Madeline Cohen. It could not be done with all those people helping us out for ESF TV. Dormer getting the key defensive rebound, 220 here, and it's still tied at 67. Moments like these are what the seniors want at the end of the day, right?
Absolutely. As hard as this game will be, whoever wins it will definitely look in a positive.
Missy trying to throw out a foul. Holy cow. The bank is not open right now, but that's why they have the ATM. It is 69 to 67. We got a nice score here with 2 minutes left, less than 2 now. 21 on the shot clock. Panthers got to get something going. Kickball there by Flommer, and it's going to stay in the hands of the Panthers.
Patchett definitely not wanting to come out of this game right now. He's replaced by Mcfarland.
Yes, and I believe if I were Coach D, I think that was a right move, knowing he has 4 fouls. The 6th man in, the freshman as well, Matt Mcfarland. Trying to guard our key player here, Nate Beltran, well, but the point guard's gonna get into it. Yes! Oh my goodness, baby. It is a 1-point game, 70 to 69. 90 seconds to go here, Audra. Dormer on the drive, trying to force a foul. Yes! Holy cow, a blocking foul on that one. And Nate Beltran, no points, but making a huge impact.
Dormer should have known. He just bashed him right down. That was not a good foul.
Great play. It was unfortunate on the charge there, but way to salvage the body there by Nate Beltran. Full court press still going on for Albany Pharmacy, trying to slow it down a little bit as they do have the lead, trying to eat some clock up.
I can't believe Beltran is still in the game with 4 fouls. Like, he's really holding on by a thread.
See what they do here. Oh, good block there by Mcfarland. It's intercepted by Flommer. Flommer on the drive, spins, puts it up. He gets the foul. Looks like yes.
Good foul shooter, good foul shooter. This is nothing to complain about.
This is huge from the point guard. Point guard's got to make their free throws, as that is going to be John Amberts taking credit for that foul, and the Mighty Oaks are now in the bonus.
He just needs one to tie this up.
61 seconds per one. Yes, 70 up. So out comes Paradise, and in comes Patchett. They're going to bring in more size. They want to play it. Coach D apparently wants to play it safe, it looks like.
Last 2 people in the game for ESF is Mcfarland and Patchett, both freshmen, both being relied on for points in this game.
And they got to be relied on for their defense, too, because there's 60 seconds left in this one, and both teams have 70.
I smell overtime. I don't know.
Let's see what Beltran does here in the block by Emil and Mcfarland. Holy cow, what a play. The Young Guns making the impact. Bench is getting into it for the Panthers. Flommer over to Dormer. Little step back there, no good. Rebound by Ahan Misi. The shot clock is off. Let's see what the Panthers do. I think they're going to get the last shot of the game here. No. Not just yet. We got a timeout on the floor by Albany Pharmacy. Oh, my goodness.
This is
holy cow.
This is a lot for a Wednesday.
This is an epic game, I gotta say. Like, this is huge. So 22.7 on the clock. Both teams have the bonus. You're tied at 70. Audra, you are Coach B for 22.7 seconds. What do you do?
I don't know. I run a play, get it underneath. Either they foul and you shoot, or you make the basket, and all you have to do is have good defense. That's
right.
all you have to do. That's all you have to answer with. Or run out the clock 1 shot.
Right.
All it takes is 1 shot.
I think that's what I would go with, honestly. You got to run down the clock. You got good guys in there like John Amber, who's not afraid to drive. I think the guy to go to here is Ahan Misi for sure. You got to get the ball to the man himself, Edward Ahan Misi, the Canadian native. Oh, no. And he's been driving all game, making impact plays down at the baseline. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting.
definitely happy I'm not on that team. Those last few seconds are the most stressful
Yes.
in a game. I could never handle it. I just wanted to sit down and close my eyes.
All I
Didn't
gotta
want.
say is I'm glad I'm neutral and I get to do a game with a great production. And I'm not out there, hopefully not messing up whatsoever. So, players coming back onto the court now. Misi is out there gonna take the inbound here.
Oh my gosh.
That was close here, 20
McFarland
seconds.
almost had that.
Ambert's gonna they're gonna slow it down a little bit. Defense chance all over.
Running opposite, center screen.
10 seconds. Over to Misi on the drive. He finds Beltran. No, that's no good. What's gonna be picked up by the point guard off the rim? No. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Oh, Bert time. Oh,
John Ambert was about to be the reason why I was going to lose my voice. He threw that thing up like, I don't know, like Kyrie Irving, honestly. Hits the rim, no good. And Audra, we have our first overtime game of the season. And why not do it on senior night?
Absolutely. Holy cow.
This is huge. It is 8:30 here at Onondaga Community College in Allen Gym, right here in Syracuse, New York, as both teams prepare for the first 5-minute extra period of the season.
This is big. This is a senior night game. They did not want to go out. Imagine going out if he made that corner three.
Now,
That would have been terrible.
yes, holy cow. I would have been screaming.
I know. It's just I think I want ESF to win just to bring it home tonight. Like, their senior night. Get back into the conference here, just kind of show themselves a little bit, show their strength.
And speaking of Congress, conference, pardon me, not Congress. This is sports. It's not politics. This is sports. We got overtime here, and with the conference standings, Albany is standing at 8-12 with a conference record of 5-1. ESF hanging around at around 4-2 and 7-8 on the season. So ESF fourth, Albany sharing that tiebreaker per second. You win and you're basically in. Holy, that was a little odd tip-off as overtime doesn't get underway yet.
Oh, we're going red ball.
It's going to be Albany ball. Albany ball.
I would have rejumped that. I think then no one touched it. It was, in the air. I definitely would have given them a little extra shot.
Why not? So no time yet. It's going to be 5-minute period underway here. It all comes down to this. Almost caught it there again, I got to say. So over to John Ambert to start things off. Beltran almost made that winning shot. That would have been huge. Nice block there by Dormer. Making a huge impact down low. Holy cow. Little miscommunication there from Plummer. Coach D telling them to see the ball. It's like those little things that he talked about with making free throws, getting the rebounds, catching the ball.
Absolutely.
Catching the ball.
That's basic 101.
You can't catch. No one can catch the ball like me, but they can come close at least, right?
Saving our table a couple times this game.
Yes. Hey, that's what I'm here for. I'm not here to call a game. I'm here to save the table. Misi with it. We're going to go down low to Giorgio. And we're trying to get some going. Single digits on the shot clock to Misi. No. It's going to be an odd one there, a kick ball, but it looks like it was Albany that kicked it. Nope. Pardon me, it's going to be a pushing foul. Matt Mcfarland, the freshman, is going to take that one. Really thought that was a kick ball there for odd segment. They're going to go with the foul on the freshman. So that's ESF's 10th. They're going to go into the double bonus here for Albany. And the Panthers strike first. And along with striking first is Nate Beltran going to the line, getting his first points of the game.
Key player, really being a key player with these points at the end.
Hey, he almost was the prominent key player if he made that shot, as he's on the board with two. 72-74, 10 here left in overtime.
Points that ESF did not want to lose in a foul shot there. Hopefully they'll be able to bring it back.
Let's see what Plummer does here. Little missed dribble there. Paradise over to Mcfarland. Was looking for that shot once again. Finding Paradise once again. 8 on the shot clock now. They got to get something going. The kick ball there on that. 3:48. And ESF is going to be able to reset, slow it down a little bit. Maybe they could get a 3 here. They got Paradise and Mcfarland on the floor. And not just those two. They also have Henry. Yes, Henry Fulmer is on the floor too.
Point guard making a lot of action on the floor here tonight.
6 for 6 on field goals tonight. If you didn't know, that's 100%. So on the drive, speaking of the man himself, no good there on the layup try. 3.5 here. So those of you tuning in, especially from Albany, New York, we got a tight one, and yes, we are in overtime. 3.5 here at Onondaga Community College. Allen Gym in Syracuse, New York. It's 72-70 in favor of the Panthers, and it's still 72-70 in favor of the Panthers. ESF getting the rebound here. Audra Rosignol alongside Trey Redfield. It's a tight game and football move once again from Emil, but it's not going to get it to go this time.
Hopefully these shots will be made. Getting a little nervous with only 3 minutes left.
Logan Emil is making a point to the athletic director for ESF to get them a football team. He'd be a great running back, I feel like. He keeps charging the rim with tucking it like a football. It's a good move.
Trey, they can barely recruit basketball players, and you want to start a football team?
You make a valid point, but here's the thing. They got to make their free throws if they want to get recruited as a basketball player, right?
Absolutely. These are points that need to be made right now.
It's like, I keep bringing it up because it's true. It's the little things. Mcfarland off here for the second shot as it's now a 1-point game. See if they bring Mcfarland in for a huge play at the end. That'd be amazing if the freshman on senior day makes the play. Not a senior, a freshman. It's going to be a timeout on the floor here by Albany. Albany Pharmacy going to take this one with about 3 minutes left. It's a 1-point game in favor of the Panthers, 72-71 here on senior night at Onondaga Community College.
Seemed like he didn't want to call that after it left his mouth. He didn't think he was going to be able to get across half court.
These are moments in the game that prove the stock in the team, basically. Not really stock. This is college basketball. You can't get paid yet, but you get the point.
Definitely a tight game for a senior night on a Wednesday. Everyone's a little bit tired from the first half of the week.
It's prime time, though. I mean, hey, it is 8:37. So we're talking prime time, I guess.
ESF with some man-to-man defense.
It should have been 10-second violation. Emil was wanting it.
10-second violation.
They don't get the call there, but hey, it's a 3-point game, and that's what they got to worry about more. Officiating has been somewhat poor past couple of weeks, especially with the new crew. Dormer loses that one. Let's see what they call here. It's going to stay with the Mighty Oaks. Great play, though, by Ahan Misi.
Getting scrappy here in the last few minutes.
They're not going to go back court here. Going to start with patch it over to Flummer. Dormer, once again. Shot clock getting low. Flummer for 3. Yes! Holy cow! Wow, that was unbelievable.
Amazing, exactly what ESF needed to get their momentum going.
He is a shooter, not with an ER, ending with an A. That's what I meant. For 3, yes! He's back on fire once again. Nick Berry for 3, and we are less than 2 minutes to go. 3-point game once again, Audra.
What an answer from Albany to ESF.
Paradise trying to look for it. No good there. But he almost had that. Amber almost had the outlet pass, but he's going to slow it down. Paradise pressing him a little bit. 100 seconds here left in this one. 20 on the shot clock. Mighty Oaks staying physical.
Get out the shooter, Ray, 20.
for three, no good there. And the point guard, Henry Plummer, getting the rebound, but Emil gonna go in, trying to draw the charge. Count it, and one. What a play there, but hey, a great effort by John Ambert, the senior guard, as it is now a 1-point game here at OCC, Audra.
Sometimes you have to wonder when you're going for a charge like that, do you have to be more dramatic, flopping on your back just to get that called as a charge, or what could he have done differently there?
Well, two things. It's 2020, and flopping is becoming a huge element in the game if we watch the NBA. That one doesn't go, so it's still a 1-point game.
Wrapped arm right around Patchett. Albany Pharmacy is getting a little handsy.
For how upset they get on these calls, they are getting a little lucky. Beltran for three from behind. Misi, no, in and out. It's going to stay with Albany. But we get a little bit of a change. A second angle gives the Mighty Oaks the ball back. It's a 1-point game. Overtime. 60 seconds to go. Coach B wanting one stop, and that's one stop they really need, Audra.
This is something.
Dormer almost looking for a shot there. Patchett giving over his point guard for three. Why are they letting him open? Oh, well, I guess that's why. But it's going to go in the favor of Albany.
Still 44 seconds left. You have a full shot clock. There's nothing that can't be done right now with only a 1-point difference. SUNY-ESF only down by 1. Albany Pharmacy 77 to 76.
Great opportunity to regroup as Coach D'Antonio takes that opportunity with a timeout on the floor. It's going to be a quick 30 seconds here. Mcfarland is checking in. This is where they make the play, I think, Audra.
Right at the end, putting their key players all out on the court. They need strength out there. They need technique out there is what they really need, and they need to make something happen, run out the clock. Is it a red ball coming out?
It's going to be an Albany ball coming out, and Coach D isn't really looking for key experience. He's bringing in the freshmen in the last 44 seconds of these seniors' last home game. 44 seconds to go. It's a 1-point game. Albany not yet in the double bonus, but it could be coming soon to see what happens here soon. I haven't called that many basketball games, Audra, but this is definitely the best one I've called.
Out of the two.
Yes, out of the two.
But you've seen good basketball games.
I have.
Is definitely something to keep your entertainment level up.
Taking part on the production side, I was there for the Five Towns game, and it was really impressive. But let's see how the Mighty Oaks handle this. They don't want to foul. They still got a shot clock on. What a steal by Dormer. Holy cow. And he gets it to go. Oh, my goodness. The physicality from Dormer.
Good defense is needed.
It's a 1-point game for Montemisi. Beltran, faking from the top of the arc. Behind Misi, back to him. Tries to find his 3-ball. Yes! What a game! Nick Berry for 3. The intensity. It says he wears number 31 on the stat sheet, but he's number 32, and he gets it to go. 80-78 in favor of the Panthers. 19.4 in the overtime period. Another timeout on the floor. My face is so red right now, Audra. Please take it away.
I cannot believe what just happened. Albany Pharmacy 80, SUNY-ESF 78, only down by 2. This is not something that ESF can't come back from. But I desperately hope they don't just start to foul.
Right.
I do not want their senior night game to end in a fouling game when Albany Pharmacy can get 4 points up and it turns into a nothingness.
Well, they will have possession. And at the end of the day, I'm just glad I didn't yell too loud to the point where I sound like Sean McDonough and just kept on voice cracking. Like, it happens. If you've ever, I don't know if you remember the Titans-Chiefs wildcard game. Big play happened on a fumble, and this man was voice cracking all over the place. Syracuse grad too. I don't want our viewers to hear me literally lose my voices. I'm telling you, if this game goes to double overtime, I might have to lose. It just may have to go.
They need to be pressing right now, Albany Pharmacy. If they're not, I don't know what.
Maybe a different look to start things off. Mcfarland is going to take the inbound. 18 seconds on the clock. This could be the last play, and they got the right guy in the hands to do it. Plummer on the drive, trying to put it up.
Oh,
no good.
my gosh.
It's gonna, looks like they got a foul. 8 seconds to go, and they bring Admisi to the line. Ahan Misi, the Vancouver native, is going to go to the line here. Wasn't the best look for Flommer, still took it, but he was trying to get the foul too. It's a double bonus. He's going to go to the line here for 2. First one gets it, a 3-point game. This really could be it right here, Audra. One basket makes it a 4-point game. For 1. Yes. Flommer and the Mighty Oaks got to go. It's 5 seconds. They call timeout. They get on their side of the court.
4 seconds.
One more stop, and that's all the Panthers need from getting sole possession of that second place spot in the HVIAC standings. 4.4 seconds on the floor. Audrey, you need a basket now.
I know.
Do they go for the 3, or do they go down low, try and draw a foul? Maybe even draw a foul when shooting a 3. That makes it a 4-point play. Something we don't really see. We haven't seen yet. It'll be interesting to see what they do here with only 4.4 seconds. It's going to be interesting, Audra.
Absolutely. And Albany Pharmacy is definitely a stronger outside shooter team when it comes down to it. ESF not sure if they could handle the pressure of relying on a 3-point shot, a foul, a mistake in these last 4 seconds to have any chance of tying this game.
It's unfortunate. I really thought Plummer was going to go for the 3 there. They got to get it out quick. Mcfarland going for the shot. Looks like, no, they're not going to call a foul here. And he gets the buzzer beater, but it doesn't matter. This game is over. 82-80, the final score in favor of the Albany Pharmacy Panthers. Audra, it didn't turn out well for the Mighty Oaks.
No, but they fought hard. They did.
Great game of basketball. And it's unfortunate for the 3 seniors that the Mighty Oaks have. They don't get to go out on top at home, but hey, there's still 2 games to play. There's a lot up for grabs here. Season's not over yet.
Absolutely. ESF able to at least bring a lot of intensity here compared to their Berkeley game, where they kind of fell short in the end, where here they fought to the very last drop of sweat that they had inside of them. And so I think they definitely worked hard, but Albany Pharmacy came here to win, and you could see that from the beginning. They had a huge lead in the beginning, only for ESF to climb back up. And they really had to fight at the end. I think these were pretty evenly matched teams, and I definitely would like to see them play again.
This was very interesting, and it could happen once again if Albany makes a late push in the HVIAC. Now, with that win, they have sole possession of that second place spot where they were tied with 5 towns at first. ESF is going to remain at 4th. Berkeley still at the top with an undefeated record in conference play. So, that wraps up our regular season of live coverage of the Mighty Oaks home schedule. We would like to extend our many thanks to the facility staff at Onondaga Community College, especially here at Allen Gym, the athletic department at ESF, and our special collaboration with CNY Stream and Julian Barron and Brandon Ross for their assistance in making these broadcasts possible. And once again, the final score here at Allen Gym at Onondaga Community College, 82-80. On behalf of my broadcast partner, Audra Rosendahl. Audra, it's been an honor to share this with you. I'm Trey Redfield. Thank you guys for joining us. Mighty Oaks basketball is an exclusive presentation of VSF TV, and so long from Syracuse, New York.